Hi ladies and gents, Pond here with another video for Rise of Empires, Ice and Fire. Thank you so much for your previous likes, comments and subscriptions to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, why not click on that button and ring the bell so you can get notifications whenever I'm dropping content on the channel. And now onto the topic of this video, and we're back on the Eden map. So this season, SX8, we have been in Eden map 18. It's getting crazy how many Eden maps there are now. Just kind of going into the last week of the season, I wanted to just drop a video kind of to update you on where I am personally, where we are on the map, and also talk about what's happened on the map. So you'll see the title of the video is Faction or No Faction, and I'll go into that in a bit of detail later on in the video. But first off, just looking at me, so as usual, I'm actually just working my way through upgrading. Well, I've upgraded all my fortresses. I'm working on workshops. I'm upgrading my fortresses, and got a lot of my spec points in green to work on tiles as well. I'm still getting the daily bonuses from the honor award for the buildings, and I'm up to level 105, so I'm pretty happy with that. I think I've done 7 levels so far. I'm hoping to squeeze up to 107 in the next week. We're doing like honor parties in our group, so I'm hoping to get that all, well, just take as many honor points as I can in the next 8 days. So we'll see how we do. I'm pretty happy with how the season's gone in terms of the development. Personally, in terms of development rewards, so in our faction we're level 50, of course, so we'll get the top reward there. Personal achievement, I'm on 16,800 points. On the quests, I'm still upgrading my fortresses to level 20 for those, and I've just got a couple of the tiling quests, as you can see, to finish. In the seasonal challenge, I'm up to level 41. Again, I've just got a couple of the tiling challenges there going on at the moment. Of course, it is tomorrow, Monday, we will get the final week's series of challenges, usually the high volume tiling, whether that's up to 200 enemy tiles and also 300 tiles period, plus there's the 80 tile, level 14 tile challenge, those kind of things, 2 million influence value challenge. So that's, well, I'll get that straight away anyway because my influence value is 4.4 million. I've dropped down, I just was too slow in swapping over to mines and half logging sites to get more 16s of those to actually manage to get higher up in the influence ranking. So I'm a little bit annoyed that I've dropped down to into the 70s on the map, but not a lot I can do about that. So that's my season. Hopefully, I'm looking forward to rewards in about 8 days' time. I'm ranked in the top 70 or 80 in the guild, in NIB DIC guild. So I will get powerhouse rewards similar as I have last year. And now let's talk about actually what level of rewards I'm getting and why I will be getting those rewards. So let's go into our faction info. You can see South Faction is winning this map, 4,200 points against North Faction, 2,950. And on the South, you can see Savages are going to be ranked number 1, so they'll get the best rewards. And then MIB DIC, that's us, we are ranked number 2. PNS, TIA after that, and then there's some smaller guilds as well, S13, T51, DIC. But most of the players from these guys are actually in the top 3 guilds. They all kind of shifted across, so that's, we've only actually had 10 guilds register any points, which is fine because the top 10 get ranking anyway. Then on the north, you can see obviously we were up against W63, one of the strongest guilds in the game this season, and they had L96 on their side and E86 as well, MCD doing a bit, and then SVG and E2F. Now, L96 are pretty strong, W63 are very strong. You can see from our map that W63 actually took the ancient temple in the center and they control that zone. So, but they've still managed to lose. Now, the main thing about this is that earlier on at the start of the season, this map had a lot of like different connotations to it, because basically people on both factions, both on the south and the north, they were up against people that they basically would usually be enemies with if you were in like Clash of Province, for instance. So you know, everyone knows that in our south side, for instance, those of us in DIC, a lot of us are from originally State 53, and we were at civil war with savages in the first few months of the game, and we made the decision this season to actually pair up and work with them as a faction, because that's how the game allocated us on the map. While on the north side, and again, I'm not making a judgment on people's decisions, it's just a conversation here. L96 decided, again, they are traditionally enemies with W63, and they decided that they were not going to play for the betterment of their faction. They actually went against W63 and they assisted us on the map. What that ended up with was that there was quite a big imbalance in the number of active players on the map for each faction, kind of working towards each faction. There's been things on Facebook about it where effectively, you're looking at maybe 800 or 900 players from the south going up against 350, 400 players from the north. I'm not sure on the exact figures. I'm not saying that I'm all knowledgeable. I'm just giving a rough figure. There were definitely, but either way, the one point that we can guarantee is that there were more active players working together for the betterment of the south. So W63 had a really tough season. They were definitely outnumbered. They've got multiple really super strong players like Max, etc. So they are a really, really tough opponent. They still gave us a good run for our money, and it's only in the last week that they've decided to go have a ceasefire at the end of the season so that everyone could focus on their quests and maximise their honour, which in the long term, that's going to benefit every player on the map. So it was in their interest to do that. The impact of that, of course, is when you come to season rewards, with faction winner, we will get the one SX8 ticket plus an X2 ticket plus the two S1 to S4 tickets if you're still trying to complete S1 to S4 heroes, while the losers only get this one SX2 ticket and a single S1 to S4 random ticket. So you get 2 extra tickets for winning your faction on the map. Also, there's a big difference between rewards. So you can see, obviously on the top ranking, you get 200,000 honor coins in that guild. So that'll be savages. Every player in that guild will get 200,000 honor coins. Of course, honor coins are really important because then you can use them to be buying your Super Dragonite to make your Dragon Master gear, and also to be buying your war badges for your lofty research for your T10 tech. But on the defeated side, you can see these W63 players are only going to get 100,000 honor coins, and it's less tickets. Now, for most players, I would suspect that the tickets aren't such an issue unless you're free to play. Then tickets do make a big difference. So what you have to ask yourself is, every time we have a new season, we're going to have new scenarios. You're going to be chucked on a map. And my conversation point for this video was, do you want to take the side of how the kind of aim of what we did, which was we said, okay, the game has put us on south side. We never thought we'd work with savages. I'm just being honest here. That's no secret. But actually, we've worked with them this season, and it's been perfectly fine and cordial. And we've had like a leaders group chat, and everyone's worked together for the betterment and the faction. And in general, 99.9% of the time, we've all coordinated together, and it's worked really well. Or do you want to take the tact that actually you're going to stick by these kind of previous COP group coalitions where you've got alliances kind of allocated to that group and the impact that that's going to have? Because, I mean, for instance, we in theory, I think we were supposed to be in the same group of W63 on that chart, but by going against them, by not going against our own faction, but by playing the faction system and going against W63 this season, we've now been blacklisted by them. And the knock-on impact of that was that in COP recently, we were up against State 52, and because State 52 are allied with 63, 52 took our throne for the week. So is anyone really bothered about that? It really experienced players. For us in 55, where we're pretty chilled out and we know we're never going to be in Legendary, it's not really that big a deal for us personally. Like, we're not overly proud of needing to hold on to our throne every week. So yeah, as I say, we're pretty easygoing. But for those of you that are more competitive in the game, maybe that is quite a big deal. Maybe that is a knock-on effect that is something you really want to think about. So this whole faction system really does bring up some kind of new elements to the game. And for those of you that are just working your way through the game and you're behind just on your normal Eden season still, that is one consideration you're going to want to have in that first week. And it is really important for us. We made that decision super early, like within the first 24, 36 hours. We said, right, we are going to stick with our faction, and that's how we're going to play the season. And I know a lot of other alliances have taken that tact, while, again, a lot of other alliances have decided to stick with their traditional coalitions, and that means, ending up with potentially less rewards in Eden, which does have an impact on maybe not so much your big spenders who are most likely to have all the tickets, maxed out Dragon Master gear, etc. But that does have a knock-on effect for the smaller spenders or the free-to-play players in your group, and that can potentially be weakening their development by not winning a faction during Eden. So just some things to think about, guys, and I just wanted to kind of cover that subject because I know it's been doing the rounds on the socials and stuff. For me, I guess you want to have if you want to hear my opinion on it, I would say, based on what we've done this season, I would always play for my faction to try and win the best rewards that I can for the players in my alliance. That's how I want it to be. I've always tried to support my those players in my alliance, whether it's through letting them hit my farms and getting resources to upgrade their castles quicker, all the way to having input into Eden seasons and collaborating with the leadership team so that we can try and get the best rewards for those players, so that everyone can grow stronger and continue to enjoy the game. Because at the end of the day, what you should be doing is enjoying the game, and that is the number one reason I play the game. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear your comments in the comment section down below, so please do place them down below. And if you please share this video in your Alliance chat, Province chat, and through Line, WhatsApp, Viber, Discord, I would be just interested to hear what the community thinks about this in general. And yeah, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.